It's still your birthday over here, so I can wish you a happy birthday, even though where you are isn't your birthday. There are some countries, including mine, that are still very much experiencing the day that coincides with the day and month of your birth, which can be useful for when one is not able to wish someone a happy birthday until much later in the day. Although there were many breaks during the day during which I could have wished you a happy birthday, it did not seem prudent or right to perform such an action, since it could have been perceived as rushed or thoughtless. It is definitely necessary to pick an appropriate time to wish someone a happy birthday. Too early, and the well-wishers could be easily forgotten throughout the merriment of the day. Too late, and it could have been seen as a poor attempt to make right a terrible, terrible wrong. Obviously, this attempt to justify the time zone difference between us as a substantial excuse for waiting before wishing you a happy birthday could be seen as falling in the second camp, but it isn't, because I had earlier planned to use this time to sit down and wish you a simple happy birthday. Even though where you are is now a day later from the date that I am presently enjoying, I feel that the sentiment behind the action warrants the apparent tardiness, because I had no intention for you to feel upset by my timing, nor should you feel overwhelmed at my acknowledgement of such a special day for you. And it is a special day. A day to remember an event that many years later led to several people kindly taking the time, in an efficient manner, to wish you the best happiness on this anniversary. I dare say that many people had planned their messages to you well in advance, taking care to express their precise feelings in a concise, enjoyable way, and while I have no doubt that this message will be just as concise and just as enjoyable, I feel that it is necessary to not pre-plan the words that I would like to express. I much prefer to talk from the heart, my true feelings, at the realization that today is such a joyous, celebratory time. And by today, I mean the today I am experiencing, and most definitely not the tomorrow that you are experiencing. For if the latter were true, I would be committing the heinous crime of wishing you a belated happy birthday, which would imply that I had forgotten, nay, actively dismissed, the celebration of your initial presentation to the world as being a mere trifle on my calendar of important dates and events. I remember clearly the first day that you had the opportunity to be wished by me a happy birthday. The sun was shining. Clearly unusual for this time of year, but you had announced a desire to experience the world on a grander scale, which I couldn't help but admire. And it seemed fitting that you should have had such a revelation on such a personally important date, a date that endlessly repeats itself, but never once loses its significance among the myriad other transparent dates, that the world is forced to experience and travel along on its infinite journey through the dimensions of not only time, but also space. The wondrous, wondrous space that we are both travelling through, albeit on entirely different sides of this grand habitation that manages to contain such a diversity of both terrains and life, despite its relatively small scale, compared to the mind-blowingly large dimensions of the numerous bodies of rock, gas, and I dare say undiscovered, undocumented material that constitutes this unfathomable entity that we mere humans have labelled the universe. But despite its grandeur, its imposition, its limitless abilities, out of all of the billions and billions of objects that move in unquantifiable trajectories, there is only one tiny little speck, one quark within a proton, within an atom, within a particle of this universe, that has the decency to recognize, celebrate, and, in this situation, oralize the existence and wonder of your birthday. Planet Earth. And while my view of the Earth may be quite different from your view, I can see mountains and highways and incorrect spellings of the word tire and aluminium. That shouldn't prevent me from using my mind's eye, my imagination, to visualize your existence among the birds, the concrete, the common people, and picture how happy you must be to wake up on this day, and again I mean the date that it is for me and not for you, to wake up on this day and think, yes, today is my birthday. Today is the day that I metaphorically access the vault of history and extract the library card that has written upon it, Harry Carr, born today, so that I may check out the book of my life and read the chapter that graphically describes the process through which I was born, so that I may celebrate the wondrous gift of life, of existence. And I would like to add a footnote to that chapter. No, I would like to add a paragraph that enunciates and accentuates how important it is for you to understand that this is not just an ordinary day. This isn't the day you buy milk or the day you wear the blue shoes. This is the day that you celebrate your birth, your arrival, your genesis. And I would like to take a short time to have an input on that day. And as I've already mentioned, it's still your birthday where I am. I would like to input just a very simple message. A message that, although brief, truly conveys my intentions for this day, and for all future days like it. The message is thus. Harry Carr